Well, I shouldn't sleep, and I'm still annoyed. Like it's, I'm luckily not able to rage proper in English, but for me, it's just I can like how can they beat this? Like he's not even 60 years old, if I remember correctly. The abt. How can you beat this like ah? So the first move I played, so I claimed I wasn't able to solve the word puzzle in the train. It was such a simple puzzle. Ohrwurm. Of course, I was never not able to. So I don't get why they always make such a simple puzzle. And I don't even think I'm good at those. I don't think. I don't even think I'm good. So this is just like, why do they all? Yeah, but this is obvious that that's not the issue. I was able to solve that. And like you see that on the bullseye in the train. So like but okay. So that was obviously made up a bluff, but it is to get information. So yes, the first advice would be in hindsight, like with K, why not just call before you start with this God-forgotten communication and just like, but then we have this Gleichnis from the Bible. So I expected them to know it. So the one with the Talente. So there are basically three strategies in life. So you get starting, and talent is not necessarily just money. But in German, Talent is like a skill. So one strategy is you invest and you succeed, right? And the second strategy is you try but you lose. And the third strategy is you bury everything and hand it back untouched at the end. Now, which of the three is by far the worst strategy? And now, guess which strategy the Catholic Church chose? By far the worst. It's this obvious. And they don't get that themselves. Especially this Abt Urban. Then, so what else did I assume? Not much. You cannot assume much with that. But it's like the same with the ghostwriter. I don't know how many dozen times I mentioned now that I have this problem for 2-3 months now, and no, my issue is not that I cannot get away from AI-generated imagery. That's not the issue here. So if you don't get that on your own, I don't know, why do you exist? Like how do you even manage to breathe on a daily basis? So like, do you have a brain that is made out of bones? I don't get it. And then another obvious, it's such an obvious hint, and they are just not used. Like, I was not that bad. I learned from them. So like in the Wanderlager or I played several Schieber with Urban. With Volkmer, Lorenz sometimes if he didn't. So but like, yes. Or there was the Jazz tournament. So we finished, my brother, we finished third, because we lost the semi-final versus the Oetler and Meyerhans. But it was, in that case, it was mostly that der Pater hat einfach so ein Affenschwein gehabt. Irgendwie 150 gewissen vom Ass und dann oben ab gestört. Aber ja, so like, they don't remember those things. Maybe, I don't know, I didn't, like, Pater Pascal was still able to greet a couple months ago. I would bet he remembers this. And like, why do you keep why do you keep going like that? So I'm actually not even certain that the issue is that I never ask, like, are you a pedophile? What does it matter? So like, I'm not interested in pedophiles. So, but the other explanation, so my mother would probably argue, well, that was just well meant. And the problem is, like, those 1,000 souls in this God-forgotten place, Lone Town City, they don't even get that this is even worse. So why can you not trust in humanity that we were maybe still 14 or 15 years, right? So that's exactly what a Halbmatura party is for, that you figure out those things on your own, right? So they don't get that. It's not the job of a future abt to do this. Just don't meddle with that, right? And it's like... And then we could go on with the police. Like, it's this obvious, like, it's such a fail, this command. So they are just this bad at, like, so the worst motto is from the side of, like, Joseph, like, eben, Retour gejasset ist hofgestettnert. So, like, it would be a bad thing to evaluate. My grandfather, the one that is responsible for, I guess, my brilliancy. Well, the motto is, man hätte doch müssen. And so, like, that's the first step, that you ask, what should I have done in a certain situation? Then the next step would be to actually do this from like a certain age onwards, right? So that's a complete foreign language for all of them, I guess, right? But like, this is the motto. And so, yes, we should analyze this. So like 2017, this was by far the prettiest woman I ever saw in a uniform, not even just live, but like definitely live. Right? So she had the job to play the nurse and put something on this bleeding thumb, which was because my father attacked me 20 minutes earlier in the garden. I provoked him, but like, what they don't get. So I like together with Stalder, we actually went to the Aikido in the 1 year military service, so durchdienen. So like, since the accident, I'm not I'm not as strong as my father. But if I make one move, he is dead, maybe 80% dead, right? And so that's the issue I have. The same with this, the same with Urban. So if I made this round kick, I don't know, he is this bad in shape back then already. I don't know, maybe he would have, so like if I just used his head as a ball, and like I was able to do quite some acrobatics, like a Fallrückzieher, like I don't know, like he would maybe have a permanent damage. And still, you ask yourself, what was the accident? How did they turn out like this, right? Well, but this is the question they don't dare to ask themselves. Why? Where did it go wrong, right? So I don't see, like there is nothing. There's just nothing behind it. Nothing behind the strategy. It's just to avoid everything. So exactly the worst strategy to the Bible, and this is not even one. So this is one of the most famous Gleichnisse. So that's one I even picked up. So I don't get it. And so like, if someone like my uncle claims is hurting himself, and I had a breakup with the girlfriend. So my parents even encountered me holding hands together, right? Just several weeks earlier. do you really think it's the best idea? So they made the same mistake again. So they sent the prettiest, youngest doctor. No, this is so entirely wrong. And like, if you would ask 2 minutes your strategy, discuss it with ChatGPT, it's this obvious. The problem is that they don't dare to discuss those topics. Then, well, because if you don't prepare them, you will not get there. You will get nothing. So I already had her on the phone, the one that will do the Einvernahme. I mean, this I cannot read the signature, so I don't know the name. I guess it's something with Meyer. So this Amtsärztin. So like, this is the perfect example of like eben bodenlos hübsch. So futzblöd ist die Frau. Und it's the same for I already had her on the phone. This Lötscher or something that do the Einvernahme. Like, you know that in the first 10 seconds how bodenlos hübsch they are, right? Or were. And so like, why can they not like, so if I had really this kind of incel issue, like, they don't even realize this is exactly, they make it much worse, right? And so, well, they told me at 5th of March, so the highest, so he was part of it as well. Not just this Sonderer, there was the one that will take over the whole region. And they asked me if they can use this for schooling purposes. And yes, that was my goal. But like, next time, prepare, ask in some form, not just like, it's always the same mistakes. Or like, so I mentioned this with Adi Grazer. So this is like a honorary title, an Orden. So in the situation, so there was Michi Steiner, I was the keeper because Martin was not available. And so I made this so that it doesn't count as you're not allowed to throw the ball over the middle line without touching the ground. And so I made this drop kick, and somehow I think it was even allowed to do that. I think in the rules of like the D-Junioren, this is sometimes allowed. So when you like let the ball fall and then kick it, right? So this drop kick, then it touched the ground already, right? So you are allowed to do that, I guess. But I definitely in that situation, and I just made a drop kick to Michi Steiner, zack, Goal, 1-0 gewonnen in den letzten Minuten oder so. So yes, that's where you get this honorable verdammt Arschloch. So that's, yeah, and so that's what I tried with this Holdener as well. He doesn't get it. Like, this is by far the best they have. But he is this insecure, unexperienced, and like the team, the dynamics, I know how it is. Like, it's like, they are this bad at like, it's always the same in an orchestra or in any team game. It's always the same problem. They just don't realize how bad they are, and especially women. So it's always like a ratio of like, there is always a komische Hauke, so that studies physics, so 1 in 7, but like, this is just what it is, and why to pretend otherwise, right? So, so what else do I need to get off my chest? Well, then we would be already touching the cult, the pseudoscientific cult of psychiatry, but let's not go there. So I have this Musterakte organized. That is too much for the weekend. But the rest just isn't. And if you are not, like, how to... Yeah, no, I just cannot do it in English. I cannot even proper, like, Das ist so etwas von grottenschlecht. Es ist ganz einfach, Gott verdamm euch noch einisch.